Today we're going to be doing an oil change on the F80. I've made a video on this in the past, but today we're going to be doing something a little special, giving the F80 some good oil for the first track day, for its first track day tomorrow. So this is kind of like a track day prep video. So we'll do the engine oil. Then we're going to go ahead and swap out those brake lines, those rubber brake lines for stainless steel metal ones. Swap out that change out the fluid to Motul 660. That's like their performance or high performance. It'd be like the oil that we're about to put in. And then we're going to go ahead and adjust the sway bars. We're going to go ahead and turn up the stiffness on them. Right now they're on the softest setting for both, and it's great for canyon runs and for street driving. But for the track, you want it a little more rigid, and we're going to go ahead and bump up the front probably to the stiffest setting, and then the rear will be at the middle setting. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to break this video up into 3 episodes. Not to milk content, but just so that way I go ahead and cover everything properly. But I bought enough for 2 oil changes. That's not what we're going to do here, just 1 obviously. But we're using 300V 10W40. Now this car from factory is supposed to take, if you have Castrol, I think it's 0W30. And if you have Pennzoil, Pennzoil is the newest one that they have. After the LCI, they started using Pennzoil. Pennzoil is 540. So we're going to go ahead and use a 1040 300V. 1040 is a little thicker, and that's for the track use. And 300V is Motul's top-of-the-line legit race oil. So you have something like that over there, that 8100 X-Power, right there in the center of the screen. That is good oil itself, but it's not designed for heavy track use and heavy, how should I say, heavy abuse in general. That's more like a canyon run, a track day, occasional, stuff like that. This is like straight race car shit. And to be honest with you, I feel a little more comfortable running the straight race car shit on my car if it's going to the track. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna go ahead and jack up the car. There's 2 jack points on each side, 1 over here and then 1 on the opposite side. Let's get the car up in the air. All right, so we have the jack on the central jacking point. Jack stands over there. All the weight's on the jack stands now. So we'll go ahead and just relieve the pressure off that just a little bit, and we'll just keep it there just for safety measures. So let's go ahead and pop this off. Set that to the side. We're gonna go ahead and remove the oil cap right now. So we have our proprietary oil cap remover. I would use a socket if I had the right size with a wrench, but we don't. So adjustable, okay, that's gonna require 2 hands. So let's just pop this off. I'll be right back. Okay, so we broke free the oil cap. We'll just loosen that up. Let that drain a little bit. And bam, we'll just leave that right in here. Set that off to the side. And now let's go ahead and get under the car and hit that oil drain bolt. All right, so now you're gonna go ahead and hit that 7mm drain plug right there. Have your bucket ready and just unscrew it. And that's how you'll drain your oil. So we got the oil draining right there. Pretty easy, guys. Pretty easy DIY. So we'll let that drain. Then we're gonna go ahead and take our filter, and I'll show you guys next about the O-rings and brass pieces we need to replace. Okay, so here we have the oil filter cap. We need to replace this O-ring right here and this O-ring right here. You can get like a little pick tool, pick them off, and your oil filter should come with it. You see the O-ring and then the green one. That brass piece is going to be the next replacement for the drain bolt, the washer for the drain bolt. All right, so I put the oil drain bolt back in with a new washer. I got the oil filter cap right here ready to go back on that I'm about to tighten on. and then we can start pouring oil. So I'll check back in when we're ready to dump some oil into this thing. So I just want to talk to you guys about why I chose 300V. 300V was recommended to me by the shop that actually fixed the car, Studio RSR. Rob recommends this, highly recommends this for all track cars. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a shot. I've heard nothing but good things about it, but the one downside of here is that this requires an oil change about every 3,000 miles. So you're going from, 5,000 to 8,000 miles right there. You got your BMW 10,000 bullshit and Pennzoil now, and but we're gonna give this a shot every 3,000 miles. We'll give this a shot. This stuff's a lot more expensive, guys. $22 for this fucking thing. As you compare that to anything at AutoZone, it's like fucking just $8.50 for a quart of oil, but this is $22. So altogether, it cost me about $125 with tax to go ahead and change this oil. It's pricey, but so is fucking a blown motor on track. So we're gonna go ahead and use this stuff, and yeah, should protect the motor just fine on track. All right, so I went ahead and topped off the oil. BMW calls for 6.5 quarts, but Motul's measured in liters. So if you're using Motul, you're gonna put 6.15 liters, and that should do it. Now, if you overfill just a little bit, like I did, I put 6.25. That's fine, you'll be okay. The problem comes when you start adding, an extra quart of oil. That's when you'll start maybe noticing some issues. So 6.25, you'll be straight. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and start the car up, let it warm up, see where the engine oil level's at, and then see if I need to add some and go from there.